All right, here we are. Let's go with it. What's Zeise got going on? Apparently, he got himself in a jam.
So this is not last night because Paul was off. Dorn filled in for Paul last night. So this is 2 nights ago. Paul Zeise on his show talking about a road trip he took once, presumably to go cover a sporting event of some sort, and the travails he went through along the way.
I'm driving on 79, and I gotta get myself. Nature is calling, so to speak, right? So there's a rest stop. Just so happens it's like right up by Grove City exit where I was going. And this is like, I don't know, 8 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. I have to stop.
Okay.
So I go in the stall, sitting there. And all of a sudden, my car keys fall out of I had like a hoodie on. And when I reached in to grab, I don't know, I think I grabbed my phone or something, but my car keys slid out of my pocket down onto the floor and then bounced under the stall next to me.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so he's in a bit of a jam now, all right?
Is there somebody in the stall next to him? Does he get into that?
Nope, nobody in the stall next to him. It sounds like all alone in this rest stop bathroom, but his keys have fallen out of his pocket.
And his pants are down.
And have skidded underneath into the next stall.
Yeah.
So now he's presented with a dilemma, naturally.
So now I'm sitting there with a dilemma. Like, how do I get my keys back? I'm not really done doing my business, but I got to take care of this situation.
Oh, geez.
I lean over, and I try, I'm still sitting. I'm trying to lean on and reach underneath the stall to grab my keys.
Okay.
And, of course, as I do that, my weight shifts.
Oh, no.
And I kind of fall down in between the toilet and the stall with my head crunched sort of like this, if you can kind of see what you know what I mean?
Sure, it's a radio.
Now I'm stuck.
Now he's stuck.
With his pants down.
With his pants down.
In the middle of...
Between, presumably, the toilet and
where they hang the
wall
toilet paper.
of the stall. Yeah, he's jammed up against there.
This is tough.
Obviously, my pants are down on my knees because I'm doing my thing.
Right.
And I have my hand is now jammed against the floor. My elbow's against the floor, and my hands are on my keys.
I can't even picture what position he's in.
At this point. It's not a good picture. Like, it's one of those pictures that you don't want to.
Could you imagine walking in on this?
No. People, like, you could really go to jail for this. Like, they just take him right to jail if they see him in this position.
So then here's how it resolved itself.
Please.
I had 2 choices. One, just be stuck there and maybe die. Or 2, I wiggled my arm out of the way and then let myself slide down and fall on the floor of a rest stop bathroom.
Ugh.
So I ended up falling on the floor. The good news, if there is any out of the story,
is
that it was early enough in the morning that they had recently cleaned the floor. So it wasn't like a typical rest stop bathroom at like 5 or 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night. It had been used 95 times. And I'd have been laying in like all kinds of mess down there.
That makes it better.
Wow. So he got into this story because a guy in Florida got accidentally killed because he was in a porta-john and they ran it over with a bulldozer, right?
And he said he felt bad that, after telling that story on the air and laughing at it.
But he could relate.
He felt bad. Relate. He felt like this was karma.
Yes.
Come back to bite him on the ass.
That he was laughing at the guy that got run over and killed.
An ass that would have been exposed at that point in time as he lay cheeks up.
The real kicker would have been if somebody was next door. Do you say, hey, I dropped my keys, my man, slide it over for me, or...
Excuse me, can you throw my keys back over?
I am still a little
sheepishly
confused as to how he stuck.
Fell. Right.
I can't figure out the position he's trying to describe.
His knee must have gave out. Paul got creaky knees.
Yeah, like how couldn't he have got up and...
He was contorting himself like one of those people at a magic show.
Splatted up against the sidewall of the stall?
I think his weight shifted and his hip kind of went out.
His hand was kind of like underneath the stall, still clutching the keys.
Well, and also, when you get your head lower than your waist like that, sometimes you get a little lightheaded, especially if you're in a sitting position.
You just lose your center of gravity.
Right. And he kind of lost his equilibrium.
So not to get too graphic, but were any parts of the backside still on the toilet?
No, they were facing the air.
Sounds like that's pointing straight up almost.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm...
Or at the very least at a 90-degree angle.
He was
right?
approaching downward dog position, trying to grab
the
these
only
keys.
thing keeping that from happening was the stall that was holding him up.
And I
he was
think
jammed
his
against.
pants, which were down by his ankles, may have been kind of hooked to the toilet at this point. So he was in trouble. He was in big trouble.
The fact that he just more or less says, listen, I may have to die here in this position if I don't want to end up falling completely onto the bathroom floor.
See, here's the difference between me and Zeise. That happens to Zeise.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I'm the guy next stall minding my own business, and it happens to the guy next to me, and he goes, can you give me my keys? That's our lives, exactly. With Paul, it happens to him. With me, I am I can't believe I wasn't next to Paul in that bathroom. Because that's the kind of stuff that finds me in life all the time. Big thanks to Paul.
I've never found a large man squeezed against the bathroom stall wall. I can safely say that's never something I've come across, and hopefully never will.
I kind of wish there was security cam footage, even if you gave me his private parts with those squiggly things.
If
or
that
big
was all blurred out,
yeah.
okay, but I don't need it without the blur.
I'd want to see it. I'd want to see Paul kind of